Great.
You are watching and listening to another episode of Open Bar, Tequila Aficionado Media. I'm Alex Perez, and I have the pleasure and the privilege of speaking to a well-known author, Anna Bruce. Anna Bruce is going to be talking to us about her history, her life in Oaxaca, as well as UK, right, back and forth, as well as some of
Mhm.
the regions in Mexico, and her new book, Tequila, Mezcal, and More.
There it is.
There it is.
Thank you so much for
Beautiful
having me.
cover and artwork, by the way.
Yeah, that's a local artist from Oaxaca, a mural artist called Buller. Absolutely stunning work. So when you make it down, I'll have to give you a tour of the his street art.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, Anna, tell me, how did you end up in Oaxaca? You're from the UK, correct?
Yes, I'm originally from the UK. My parents kind of intrepidly brought me to Oaxaca when I was growing up, and off the back of that trip, we ended up building some relationships with families from Mexico, and then we hosted them a lot when I was growing up. So I kind of always felt I had this
What a great
tie with
experience.
Oaxaca. Yeah, it was a really incredible experience. So then when I was 18, I came back and like backpacked with some of my Mexican friends that I'd made during those experiences. And then when I was in my early 20s, I was looking for opportunities to come back. I was working as a photojournalist in London, not making a whole lot. So I needed to find a job that would bring me here. And actually the Mexican embassy in the UK, so Mexican Foreign Ministry, were looking for journalists to present a project, like a package of images and text that might change perspectives a little bit about how Mexico was seen in the UK at that time. So it's around 2011. And yeah, so I presented that, well, with the help of my friends, that mezcal was this kind of, I don't know, finding its feet, I guess, in the UK at that time and having a bit of a shift in perspective, and that could be the story. We could look at sustainability and pride and family values through this concept of agave spirits. And they went for it and sent me over for 6 weeks. I actually got here to that project in kind of July 2013. And then off the back of that, had a bunch of exhibitions, had some of the work published, which is kind of part of the conditions of this kind of Becca, the scholarship that the Foreign Ministry gave me. And then, yeah, I just kept coming back. There were different brands that found out about my work and other journalistic opportunities. And
That's
I don't
wonderful.
know, I basically kind of forgave my opportunity to stay in the UK and was just like anything I can do to stay in Oaxaca at that point. So I've really been here since 2013.
So you
Yeah,
fell in love with Oaxaca, and you've seen obviously the growth, the changes, the
yeah,
brands probably come and go. Um,
popping off. Yeah,
that's amazing. I remember speaking to Ron Cooper, well, 20 years ago, 23, 24 years ago, when he
wow,
was bringing, I mean, it's because of him that we've got such an influx. And we know
right.
about mezcal here
It's
too in the States.
huge influence.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you are now pretty much full time in Oaxaca.
Yes. So for the first few years, there was a bit of back and forth, but bit of the influence of the pandemic, bit of just kind of wanting to commit to a full 12-month period around 2020. Kind of was forced on me anyway because of not being able to travel. But then I got my permanent residency, and now I live here with like 5 dogs and my partner, and I am completely full time in Oaxaca.
Oh, fantastic. What do you feel has been the biggest change there in Oaxaca since you started visiting?
I mean, it has become a much more kind of popular visitor destination. I would say one of the nice things about the way the visitors have come is that whether it's mezcal, whether it's textile crafts and things like that, people tend to come with some sort of intention to learn. But it has definitely changed the center. So a lot more like smart hotels and beautiful cocktail bars and everything. But that is very much a new thing since I came. But I think they've been done very tastefully, so it's nice to see it.
Right. I think you hit it on the nose. The learning experience. There's so much to
Mm-hmm.
learn there. You've got obviously the people, the not just the spirits, but the food, the incredible food, the textiles, the art.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
just an incredible place. So
Mhm.
that's great. Congratulations. Now, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
your new book.
Thank you so much.
So what was your inspiration I mean, because I'm a hogger and a collector, so I've got everything cocktails. Your partner, you're jealous. I've got a whole cocktail library. And anything I can pick up on obviously agave plants, mezcal, tequila, raicilla, bacanora, sotol, which that doesn't even exist for sotol or raicilla and some of the other spirits. but
Yeah,
I love this addition to my library. But what was your
thank you.
inspiration for putting this together?
I've wanted to put something together for the longest time. I mean, for a photographer, it's a dream to have your work come off that digital platform and actually see it in physicality and have that tactile kind of relationship with the work. So, I've definitely put the feelers out there. I would say I mentioned this earlier to you before we properly got on the call, but the publisher actually reached out to me. So they read my work, which is mostly online through Mezcalistas and things like that. And they approached me to see if I'd be interested in doing something that spanned a bit more of the agave spirits category. So not just mezcal, but like you said, Raicilla, Sotol, Bacanora, and tequila also. And I mean, yeah, like it was a very pleasant shock really to receive that email. I was like, you really want me to write this book? This is the dream. So yeah, a combination of me just like, I guess, putting some good energy out there because it's what I've always wanted to do. But also they got in touch with me with a very specific idea in mind and asked me if I thought I could do it. I said yes, of course.
That's a big
um,
yes. That's beautiful. So what would be your favorite part of this book? I mean, there's so many great pieces in here, and offline, I was mentioning that it's a substantial book, but it's
mhm.
detailed and short in terms of the topics. So it's really easy to read and assimilate and learn, which I love. And I'm a student of agave. I always say so. Anything that I can grab and read and reread and even see or read from a different angle is very beneficial to me. But I love the way you compose the book. But what would you say is your favorite part of the book?
That's the
Aside
big
from your aside
question.
from your incredible photographs.
Yeah, I mean the photos is kind of like where my passion began, and then I started writing so that I could allow my photos to find a place where I felt that I could trust the pictures. Yeah, I
Yeah.
shot that a year and a half ago for Los Sundays Tequila. But yeah, it was an incredible trip. During that trip, I also visited Arete, Hortaleza, and Don Fulano, who are yeah old friends now. Um, but yeah, I think what I really wanted to do in the book to begin with was incorporate a little bit of those personal relationships. So when I mentioned them as like friends and everything, like that's what I wanted to share. And it was so difficult to narrow that down because I have been doing this for 12 years. So I appreciate what you say about it being concise and to the point. And that was very much with the support of the publisher to do that because I wrote at least double the word count. And then trying to like hone that down and edit it down was a big challenge. And there's, maybe some slight heartbreak moments where obviously I want to talk about all these producers that perhaps don't have a brand presence and things like that. And we had to like cut down a little bit on that because most of the people reading this will be outside of Oaxaca or outside of Tequila and need at least like a
Right.
reference point. Um, but yeah, I mean, actually just getting to share people's stories and connect on that level was the favorite part, 100%. I have to say, like, writing about things like Sotol and Bacanora, which, although I've like driven through and like had some brief experiences there, I would love to get to know them better. And so I did a lot of just interviews like we're doing right now with producers just to make sure that I'd like really secured my knowledge. And that was an incredible part of the experience as well, having the opportunity to like really connect with some of those producers. And hopefully there'll be more content coming out from those interviews because there was only so much space on the page.
Love that.
Jose, he's a massive friend. I love him so much. Yeah, all the mezcaleros we see, like we have a relationship with him where, he's around our house playing darts. It's nice to feel that it's reciprocal in that way rather than us just always going to the palenque and, taking something at that level. So yeah, it's a very two-sided friendship with him. I love
That's
it.
fantastic. And this is Brooks.
That's Brooks. Yeah, as my partner, as you mentioned earlier, I'm super lucky to have a partner who can, yeah, mix me a quick cocktail while I'm trying to get my word count down.
That's awesome. He's just
Yeah,
banging out the cocktails there.
all right, 100%. That's at our friend's Bar Legal here in Oaxaca. It was very generous to let us use that space.
Beautiful. I see you do get into the denominations of origin, which is always
Yep.
a hot topic. That's great. I
Critical.
love I love how you get into also the lore, and
hmm
the stories. That's you, right?
but yeah, on the left, Brooks and me. I think that's the
That's a
only
great
picture of me
shot.
in the book. There aren't like because I'm usually behind the camera. There really aren't very many pictures of me out there. Yeah, was a struggle, but
That's a
it's
great
nice to be
shot.
part of the action. Yeah,
I love
that
that
was
you talk
taken
about
at
the
Marjorie.
sorry.
Hmm? That was taken at the original Madre production, so it was
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful.
good.
I love the Madre team. I love the story about the Tlacuache,
Yeah,
gives Mezcal to humanity, which a lot of people don't know about that little story. So that's great.
right. Yeah,
That
I heard
would
it first through Reed from Cuento Cuentos, but yeah, no, I love it. I actually helped raise a tlacuache from a baby to the wild, so I feel a certain
oh
affinity with the
wow.
tlacuache. Yeah,
Definitely have
strange experience
you
last year,
definitely have a connection there. That's beautiful.
right?
But yeah, you're covering quite a bit of ground in this book, so that's amazing. So
Thank you.
anybody that picks this up, and I encourage you to do so,
Really
is
appreciate
going to
that.
really benefit from it and get some really good education. Yeah, it's small but mighty, that's for sure. I like how you go into the talk about Pechuga and some of the main producers too that are making an impact. Like Graciela from Real Minero. She was just here in LA a couple months ago.
Oh,
Uh,
amazing.
yeah, so you got Real Minero there.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's such an inspiration.
yeah, I love meeting and talking to the women in this industry. You've got Rosario also.
Rosario.
She's
Yeah.
awesome. We actually work with some brands that she's helping produce. So
Oh,
beautiful,
amazing.
beautiful book.
Yeah, I see Rosario a lot. So probably at least once a week. She's awesome. She adopted two dogs from me because
Oh,
that's my other passion is yeah, dogs here in Oaxaca. So yeah, I published a little book called Dogs and Distilleries back in 2020 to raise money
yes.
for yeah, vaccines and things like that. And so it's really awesome when people like Rosario support the cause and yeah,
That's
take on a dog.
fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, I know soda has become very popular in the industry too. I love the cocktail section, especially the flights. So,
Yes.
which you don't find very often. So the flight suggestions are awesome with all the different spirits. So
Yeah,
that's
Brooks
great.
designed all of those. So we do take people out to experience mezcal a lot here in Oaxaca. And so typically I do all of the like chat as we get out to the distilleries, describing how the plant grows and some of the history of the category and things like that. And then when we get to a distillery, Brooks is the one that, with the mezcalero leads a tasting and kind of how to narrate a flight and things like that. So yeah, he did great putting that together.
That's great. So this would be a good guide for anyone that would want to pick up some brands, and some
100%.
styles and have
Yes.
a flight at home with a group of friends. So that's
Right.
amazing. Love some of the
Love to see the book
cocktails.
used like that.
Yeah, love the cocktails Brooks has put in here. I'm a big tiki guy.
Cool.
Aside from, well, I'm a big lush, so I like everything. But totally into tiki. I think you see the Don Beachcomber stuff behind me. I
Yeah,
like
that's badass.
Sapo Tiki.
Zapotiki is
Sapo
he
Tiki
loves his
cocktail.
like punny cocktail names. So
So I'm looking forward to making this myself. So you got espadín with some pineapple, some maraschino liqueur, lime juice, agave syrup. That sounds delicious, and obviously a float of rum. It's amazing how versatile rum and excuse me, tequila and mezcal is, where you can mix it with other spirits like rum itself.
I
You've got
feel like
another
that's
one, the
was yeah.
jalapeno. You've got the Campurina, which is a riff
Hmm.
on the Caipirinha and the Capriosca.
Yep.
Never thought of doing this with a sotol. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to doing that. Um, this is basically it's sotol and sugar, um, with obviously a quartered lime. So I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to make that one. That's simple to make, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah. The Sotol just gives it so much more like depth and complexity of flavor. I mean, as does
Oh,
a cachaça rum, but yeah, it's
yeah,
awesome.
that's awesome.
We drank a lot of
Well,
those while we were putting the book together.
yeah. So beautiful book, Anna. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. Thanks for coming online with us. I look forward to keep reading it. Love the cocktails. Going to definitely to make some. If you're out there and look for it in your favorite bookstore, or
Mhm.
online, you're online also. Is
Yep,
this
yep. So it's on Amazon Kindle. Actually, they've got an offer on it at the moment. So if anyone wants to check that
wow?
out,
Go
yeah,
ahead and grab it. Anna, I look forward to maybe a part two, maybe with some of the other spirits. All right. Or main
exactly.
focus on one of these spirits and some more photographs. Your photographs are amazing. So thanks for
Thank
sharing
you.
your art with the world.
Really appreciate that. And yeah, if anyone has any questions about the book, please feel free to contact me on, yeah, on socials, Surrounding Spirits, anything like that. We always love to get some feedback about the cocktails, about anything people are enjoying with agave
Awesome.
spirits. So thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Well, go ahead and grab it. Tequila, Mezcal, and More. Discover, sip, and mix the best agave spirits, Anna Bruce. Thank you again for being on our open bar with us. And I wish you
Amazing.
much success. And I look forward to coming down and seeing you. I'm going to bring my team with us so we can come out and
Amazing.
see you and spend some time with you and see all the beautiful things that you've got in this book.
I would love that. Thank you so much for having me. Really lovely
Thank,
to meet you.
thank you. Likewise.
Awesome.